Welcome to No Strings Attached Ministries. This is the van project. Just another one here. I just wanted to show you a little bit of how I survive and what I eat when I'm on the road, and how you can actually eat very inexpensively. Probably, I'd say there's a bunch of meals that you could probably have under a couple bucks a day. I mean, honestly. These are some ideas here of what I do carry. The biggest thing is, I mean, a lot of people would just settle for a soup or maybe a stew, which I do carry those. But, you know, like this one right here is just Progressive. It's chicken and dumplings. I mean, and then you have stews and soups and stuff that people carry as cans. But what I like about this stuff here is things that I actually like to cook a nice good hot meal with, and you'd be surprised if you're creative. And I will start showing you a bunch of these recipes. If you'd like to see me cook some of these recipes up, just let me know. Didn't want it to become a cooking show, but cooking is a passion of mine. But it's something that I've always found, and it's a challenge to cook and have a good tasting meal, and yet still be able to do it fairly inexpensively while you're on the road and in a normal parking lot. So, you know, this gives you some ideas. But the things that come out with these days, like this is the old tried and true good old Viennese sausages and some, you know, some crackers. How quick is that, huh? Can't get no worse than that. That's just but yet it's still fulfilling, and it'll still satisfy you. This is something here. I'm not too much of a Spam type of guy, but this is a new one they got out. It's called Spam Bacon. And boy, I tell you what, let me tell you something. That stuff is great. It really is. You'd be surprised. You cut that up into real thin slices and fry it just like you do bacon. And plus it goes, and you crumble it up, you can even put it in your gravy. I mean, it's an amazing, amazing meal. But I usually prepare a whole meal just off that one can. I'll slice it up and have it with my eggs, and then I'll make some gravy and biscuits and stuff. I really don't do a biscuit on the road. What I do is it's more of an Indian bread, Indian fried bread. If you look up recipes for that, you'll see flour and milk, but then what do you say? Well, what do I do with milk? Well, I use this, actually, believe it or not. It's 2% evaporated milk. That's one of them. That makes a very, very good, tasty bread, and also a gravy, believe it or not. And then if you need to thin it down even more, just add water to it. You'd be surprised what that'll actually create. You got coconut milk is one I'm trying to learn to drink now. It's the first time I've seen it, so that's why I got it this time. But usually it's almond milk. I just don't like the vanilla style flavor out of the almond milk. I love almond milk, but it's not my favorite. I think I like chocolate almond milk better, but it's so hard to cook with chocolate. But and then you got just a simple spaghetti sauce. You know, tomato, for any kind of tomato-based sauces. Hey, you'd be surprised how you can get a taste of homemade right out of just a can of sauce. And you know, and then just let it cook, and add your ingredients. A little bit of sugar added to that, maybe about a small teaspoonful of sugar in there. And of course your basil, oregano, bay leaf, thyme, and rosemary. You add a little bit of each one of those in there, and you stir that down, let that simmer down for about 30-45 minutes, and I'll tell you, you've got a great sauce. And also the pastas. I like this here. It's a pot-sized pasta. Basically all it is pasta cut in half. And I like the angel hair because I don't even have to even cook the water, you know, or boil it like most. I take it, believe it or not, and I just lay it down inside my sauce and let it melt into the sauce, and add just a little tiny little bit of water to the sauce to sort of thin it down. And then by the time this cooks, it thickens it right back up, and it's actually a very good spaghetti. This is one of the herbs that I use a lot, which is, you know, for any of my Italian style herbs. Of course, then I've got regular Italian herb seasoning mix that I get. Usually sometimes it's cheaper to carry it in these mixes than it is to actually take and have up space for each individual spice. So if you look at your spices and you'll see these mixes, get those for the different kinds of meals that you use. And I'll tell you what, it'd be surprised on how much easier and cheaper it is to mix that. And you got plain old peanut butter, of course. And this is a new one I wanted to try. This is Chunky Hearty Pizza with sausage and pepperoni. Didn't even know they made such a thing, but I'm going to give it a shot and see if it's any good. But for my meats, I'm sort of a meat type of guy, so I got to have my meat, you know, when I eat something. But these are some of the canned meats that people don't even realize that really are out there that I carry. There's a white chicken chunk. Make sure you get the chunks. Be surprised what you can do. You can grill this. You can put it in, of course, anything like the girls always do. You know, put it in like. Yeah, this white chicken, as long as you get it in the chunk, you'd be surprised what you can do with it. I mean, you can bread it. I do a lot of pan stir fry type stuff, or even pan shallow fry. You can make it like little chicken nugget wings. You can put it on the Barbie, you know, and you can just dry it, pat it dry, and then just lay it right on top of your grill, and put a grill flavor to it. And that way you can have like tacos and stuff with your fry bread and different things you can do with that stuff. So many different ways you can use this chicken, it ain't funny. And of course, up above that is crab meat, the same way. There's so many ways you can use that, it ain't funny. There's a medium shrimp. You can also do that as the same way. There's some clams. And my most favorite, old tried and true, was this dried beef. Believe it or not, this stuff will last forever. Probably don't say too much about it for what it is, but anyway, it's got a very good flavor. I chop this up real fine, and I'll make just a simple breakfast type gravy, you know, like a pepper gravy or a good, you know, breakfast gravy, you know, but for biscuits and gravy. Make up some fry bread, bust it up like biscuits, pour my gravy on top of that, chop this up, put it inside there, and I tell you what, it makes a very, very good, fulfilling meal. But these are things you can do for very cheap. I use these small bottled waters when I cook and I drink. I drink out of these. It usually lasts me about a case a week. It's about 36, I think, coming like 36 or something, you know, for a case of them. And I can use those. I've got down to a science where I can cook with it, drink, even do a wash up and clean up, all out of one of these bottles. I can prepare the whole meal out of one bottle of water, cooking it, cleaning up afterwards, and even have something to drink when I'm sitting down to eat. So as long as you're creative and you learn the basics of what you can do, oh, it's amazing what what you can actually do out there. See, it's just like my flour. I keep in these little plastic containers. It's just a small bag of flour. I always get self-rising. No matter what you can do, if you don't need it, it's not going to use it. If it, you know, because it cooks so quick, and then if you do, you know, that's why I understand people who always get the all-purpose, but then they end up putting baking powder and salt and all that stuff in it. That's what self-rising flour is. It's already got all that stuff in it, so why buy one and then all the other extra ingredients? Get your self-rising flour and you'll be fine. Another little container that I carry is with just regular cane sugar, and I do the same as that. And these little things, I mean, everything that I carry in my truck is in that little cooler in between the seats that I have in the van. And it's just used as dry storage. See right there? I just use it basically as a table and a dry storage for my canned goods and stuff. But I mean, I got my ice machine right there, and I got my little refrigerator cooler down there, and my chargers, my batteries are behind the back. This is my couch and my bed as well. I've got my widescreen TV hanging off up there. Got my air conditioner back there in the back window. Literally, I'm not wanting for anything. I even got my Bible laying right there. But my camera gear, and I mean, it's a mess right now. I've got it. You know how it is when you're living. You gotta stay pretty tidy. If not, it gets out of control just overnight. I mean, it really does. But I do need to rip this thing apart and give it a good cleaning and put everything right back in its spot and go on. But I just wanted to, I had to go in and get some supplies, and I figured I'd show you a little bit of what I buy and try to keep on the truck. I mean, I can go dry camping with that right there. I can fill that up, and literally with the water that I carry 2 cases of water, and I carry 5 gallons of gas from my generator. And with that right there, I can stay out at least 7-10 days, no problem, in comfort. If I'm getting good weather where I don't need the generator and the air conditioner, shoot, with the food and stuff, I could probably stay out a good month and never have to worry about anything. I mean, but so you spend your budget like that. I mean, you know me, I live off of a very, very, very tight budget. And I mean, I've had black beans and rice, and I had biscuits and gravy. Total cost me $1.50, and I ate all day yesterday because I couldn't find any money, couldn't get a job. Hang out there at Home Depot all day yesterday, and usually I can find something to do, but I had nothing. You know, nothing came in, so that's what I had for breakfast and dinner last night. This morning I had a small job, helped the guy clean his van, and he gave me $20, and then I went to the store and bought some food and stuff off of that. But yeah, so you just gotta learn to be patient, survive, and let God provide, and He always has, He always will, and never let me down. And I just praise Him when I'm running full. I'm praising when I'm running empty. I give Him the praise no matter what, and believe me, it always works through, and I always am thankful for what I have, because I got my life, I got Him holding my hand every day, and He always gives me a beautiful sunrise every morning, and He even gives me a good sunset, and He brings me into people that I can just share and love all day long, and just enjoy life with. So I am definitely a happy man. God bless y'all. Have a great day. Hope this is helping.